Hello, guys. Welcome back to FC Nude Weekly Talk. And today I'm going to be talking and interviewing our CCP FC captain and manager, Ishan Shalwan.
Nice to be here, Sajid. Always good to do this kind of thing to get the message out to the fans because they want to know what we're doing and what we're thinking. So I appreciate you guys taking your time to help us out with that.
No, of course, of course. Many people have been asking about what your plan is and how you're feeling. So this interview is going to be great. I got some questions.
Oh yeah.
All right. First question I have is wearing both the armband as captain and manager's hat, how would you sum up CCPFC seasons so far?
I think it's no surprise what I'm about to say about the season. The regular season, we didn't perform. A lot of that comes down to seriousness and having that consistency game after game. I think it's obvious that we've always performed well in cups, in knockout rounds, in playoffs. I think that just comes down to the quality and the mentality we have when we know we have to win. But when it comes down to the regular season where it's, points based, for some reason, it's hard to get the team on board to win every single game and to go all out right from the beginning to the end. And I think this is an ongoing problem for us. Last season, we saw the same thing happen. We didn't perform too well in the regular season, and then we were in the Cup B finals after that. Now the same things happen. We did not perform too well in the regular season, and now we're about to win Cup B. At least I'm 95% sure we're going to win it as long as the team can keep their focus.
I see.
So I would say the regular season it didn't go as we expected and didn't go how we wanted. I think there has to be a bit of a mentality shift. But again, once the playoffs started, I think everybody's performed until now, and we beat all the teams that we had to beat. After that, we've got two hands on the trophy. We just have to keep it up. 2 games in, we win the trophy. So I would say it's okay, but I can tell that the fans definitely didn't like what they saw.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you mentioned that it's been a recurring problem during the times when the games where we had to win. That's when people show up, but throughout the season,
Exactly.
it's not been that focused, you could say. And would you say this
Exactly.
was one of the toughest challenges you faced when you were balancing leadership on and off pitch this year, or were there other things that also had some challenges you had to face as well?
I think this season has had a few main challenges. Definitely, the consistency on the pitch is the biggest one because at the end of the day, that's the thing that matters the most. That's where we have to show what we've been doing until now, and then get those wins to place well in the season. So I would say, yeah, in my head, that's the biggest challenge we've had till now, and that's the one that we've struggled with the most and the one that's affected us the most now. But in general, there's definitely been challenges off the pitch as well. There's been almost an injury crisis or a bit of a crisis with players not being able to show up to our games. Again, that does affect the mentality a little bit. That affects the energy levels because everyone has to work a little bit harder and work more. Maybe it's hard to keep that up for 90 minutes, and this is something we struggled with in the regular season. But I'm happy to see with there being a good turnout of players and way less injuries in the playoffs. So I think, yeah, those are the two main challenges.
Yeah, that's yeah, I noticed that too. This season compared to last year, a lot of new players showing up. That's great.
Exactly. We've had to use our scouting system. We've had to use our academies
I agree.
to bring up as many players as we can when we can. But the thing is, you can force these players into these roles, but we don't know what they're going to do. Some players are ready, some are not. But when our hand is forced and we have to play them, then anything can happen. And that's what we saw in the regular season.
I would say that's also. Would you also say that's a strength of CCPFC?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I would say we have one of the best scouting networks in the league, and that we're consistently displaying what our scouting network can do. Whenever there's new players, a lot of them always perform and step up to the plate, whether it be goalies, center backs, forwards, midfielders. I mean, you can see the team, how many new players there are, how many faces were not here last year. If you look at every single person that played for us this year, I would say compared to last year, maybe 35 or 40% of them are people that weren't here last year. So I think for sure the scouting system is one of our biggest strengths, and implementing these players into the system, we've done that really well this year. So for sure, it's one of our biggest strengths.
That's great. Yeah, and another question that's going to be a bit hard, but to answer, but the
Mm-hmm.
loss to Kobras, this team, like it ended our chance to
Mm-hmm.
win Cup A 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective as both captain and manager, what went wrong that day?
This is a hard one. This is a hard one because at the end of the day, you train all season, you train in the preseason to play a certain way. And we played these guys before,
Yeah,
and we've played well against them. So for the game to end the way it did, I think everybody was a little bit emotional and distraught. It's hard to point out to one thing that went wrong that day. Like I think a lot of things went wrong. I think just front to back for sure there were a lot of maybe there were a lot of nerves, maybe there was a lack of focus. But after the third goal, the game doesn't really like we still were in the game and we tried to come back after that.
yeah,
But then after they scored the fourth one, then the game's just over. Like mentally, everyone's heads drop and everyone's out of it. And I think some of the goals just came at a certain time when we were shifting the momentum. So for them to capitalize on our mistakes when we were shifting the momentum, I think it was just a mental breaker for a lot of players
I'd,
and
I'd
for
also,
the team as well
yeah,
because you're shifting the momentum. Yeah, it's hard to narrow it down to one thing. We just didn't play the way that we usually play.
I'd also say that we had our chances, and it looked like the second half we were going to score another goal, but then suddenly they,
Yeah, exactly. So after the third goal, we hit the post or the crossbar or had breakaways
yeah,
maybe 3 or 4 times off the top of my head when we could have just scored. So the fact that we didn't, it hurts even more because we needed those goals.
yeah,
But then again, the fact that we didn't score and then those guys capitalized off of us not scoring and off of some of our smaller mistakes,
hmm
it's crazy.
and especially
It could the game could have gone the game could have gone either way at 3-1
yeah,
just based on how we were playing. And yeah, it just went for them.
yeah.
So and that's just football. You concede 3 goals early, you concede 6 in the full game. You can't say you deserve to win that game. We definitely did not deserve to win that game.
Also in that game, we had our previous keeper go to Cobras. Do you think that played a part as well? And we also had their center back as well in our team. Do you think their keeper as well played a part? Our original keeper.
I'll say this. I think that keeper specifically did not play a part in that.
Okay.
Just based on what we've seen from him in trainings and our practice games and our actual games and what he did that day. I mean, we didn't even really test him. So I don't think he necessarily played a part. Now, did he tell them who to mark in the defensive schemes and how we want to play and how they could counter that? I think there's a small chance, but I don't think he has that type of influence on that team. Um, yeah, I think those guys just came and did what they usually do. Nothing new at all. Just the classic stuff that we've been facing this season. I don't think he really influenced them at all, to be honest. In terms of the center back that we had, I think I think when it comes down to a match like this, where there's already tension from the previous seasons and this season too, yeah, it definitely affects like everybody's mentality going into it. And I would say our center back, Jerry Pan, I would say he did well that game. But yeah, it could be that the forwards know how to play against him, and maybe they devised a scheme to use his weaknesses because they know him better than they know the rest of us. But I wouldn't necessarily say so. I think everybody,
Yeah,
I think Jerry Penn
we
did
all,
his part that day,
we also
and
did
I think the other goalie didn't really, not really much to influence the game himself.
we did also have a one, like last time we played against the Cobras. We had a it was a tie 1-1. So
Yes.
it just shows
Yeah,
that
that
yeah,
that that's what hurts the most because you can beat these guys, and even that game, I'm sure we dominated them. I don't remember the game off the top of my head, but just I know how they play. I know how we play. I'm like 90% sure that we dominated those guys on the field, just didn't get the goals. So we're definitely like a level above these guys when it comes to football. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, you don't capitalize on your chances, and then this is the type of result you get.
And then so this loss, how do you personally work to keep the squad's morale up after 6-1?
Hmm. So after the game, everybody could feel that the players are down because that also knocked us out of the Cup A playoffs. I would say everybody kind of felt like the season was over. Even I personally felt like that. It's all just about, okay, right now you have this result. It's affecting you. How can you go home, sleep on it, think about what you did wrong, and then improve from there? So that's just what I did. That's just what the rest of the team did. Everybody needed, a day to just think about what went on, a day to really just take in what everybody's done individually. And then, yeah, I think everybody reflected on that and they came on strong for the rest of the games. And we beat harder teams than Cobras after that. So I would say it was not just something that I did. I think the whole team did that together. I think some of the guys that have been around here, they have a really good mentality. They're just saying that, okay, we lost this game, whatever, Cup A is done. We can go win Cup B. It's still a trophy, right? So you just have to look at what the next goal is, what's the next best thing you can do, and that's what we've done. That's what I think about. That's what a lot of the senior players on this team are thinking about.
Now, CCP has a chance to secure Cup B. If you win
Hmm.
against Challengers FC, how are you approaching that match in terms of both tactics as manager and motivation as captain?
Hmm. We'll talk about the tactics first. Again, no surprise to the other teams, no surprise to our own fans. We're gonna play the game we play. We're not switching up any our style of football based on who we're playing against. Because the way that we play, we've dominated every single team or gone toe to toe with every single team in the league already. So there's no chance that we're switching up the tactics that much. Maybe a little, small changes here and there to build up the play faster or to defend a little bit better. But the general philosophy of how this football club um, wants to, show ourselves on the field and wants the fans to see us, that's going to stay the same for years and years to come. That's just how we see football. So tactically, it's mostly going to be the exact same. And the other teams, they know how we're gonna play. They've seen us, so they always know what we're gonna do. They can't adapt to it. They can't play at that level that we're playing. So yeah, we don't need to change anything. And we've beat these guys before, so we're not gonna do much tactically. We're gonna do more of the same.
If I remember
In
correctly,
terms of exactly in terms of motivation and getting into the right mentality, I don't think we have to do much. I think everybody's in the right mentality right now. I can see the players are motivated already just based on the recent run that we've had. So I'm not gonna don't try to fix something that's not broken. We're just gonna say all I'm gonna say is we're doing the right thing. You guys keep it up. I'm gonna do the right thing as well, and I think it's gonna be a simple plan from there. Just go and perform. Just do what you've been doing.
a great answer. I remember correctly that you scored against them as well. Last game was a
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
I mean, we know the guys that are on their team. These are
yeah.
these are not good guys, and obviously, when we play, we try to be bastards ourselves too. We're not nice guys on the pitch.
So yeah,
So definitely, like teams like this, they bring it more out of us, and everyone's happy to see that. I'm happy to see that too. Just players getting more emotional during the game. I think it helps us perform a bit more. Um, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna help the other team. Those guys, I think they're too emotional. When they get emotional, I think they let the emotions control the football. For us, when we get emotional, we use it to enhance our football in a positive way.
yeah.
So I think that's the difference. And yeah, I definitely have problems with some of those guys on that team. Some of the players on our team have problems with those guys. So I think everybody's um,
Fired
pretty
up.
psyched out for this game and they're ready to perform and, put these guys in the dust for a second time in a row.
Yeah, that sounds good. But our last game we got an injury from our star keeper. So do you have
Hmm.
plans for that as well, or do you think our the scouting system, they got everything covered and will win anyway?
I'll say this. I'll start with the scouting system first. For sure, I trust in our scouting system to be able to replace any player at any point. There's no doubt in my mind. So I'm not stressed at all. I think the team's not stressed either. This is just part of football, part of the season for us. Whatever we have to do to play that day, we're gonna do it. And yeah, it's good for us that our scouting system is ready for that. Secondly, am I worried about this player's injury? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. So the medical team is still working with him. They're trying to have him fit for the game. The player said he feels well. Now the player, I know this. I know Harry has a lot of passion for the team, and he's gonna always say he's feeling well. So I feel personally responsible, and the medical team feels responsible to make sure that he's not pushing himself in a way that's gonna make the injury reoccur, make it worse. So I'm not gonna just take the player's word on it. I'm gonna have the medical team be the ones that are in charge of this situation. They're gonna have to tell me, he's good to go. They can give him the green light. So as of right now, I don't know. We're gonna know Friday night,
All right.
and either way, our backup keeper is gonna be there. But yeah, like I'm not stressed at all. Like we've got the backups. Even our star keeper might be ready.
All
So
right.
yeah.
Sounds good. Now, what would lifting cup B mean to you personally, and what message would it send about the club? This is something I wanted to ask, and the fans want to know too.
Lifting Cup B and bringing the first piece of silverware to CCP FC would probably be one of my biggest achievements as a football manager and captain, because it's one thing to join a team that's already established and you go and you just keep doing what they're doing. They already have the systems in place, they already have the players in place. You just tweak it, add a few more guys, and yeah, you're ready to go again, challenge again. For us, it's been different. For us, we've joined the league last year as a new team, so we've had to build our reputation. We've had to build the club from the ground up. Our scouting network that we're so proud of, we've had to build that up. Our football, we've had to build that up as well. You can see how we improve game by game. So I think it's an amazing achievement, and I can't wait to win our first silverware. I think everybody's waiting for that. The fans deserve that, so I want to win for them. And yeah, like I just can't wait for us to have both hands on that trophy and just lift it.
Yeah, awesome. Now, the players. Which players do you think grew the most this season, either in confidence, skill, or leadership?
I will say
It's a tough one. Yeah,
it's hard to answer because
there's
I
many.
think when everybody's playing so well, it's like they make the other players play well together. I think a lot of people are just getting into the system so well at this point in the season. So it's hard for me to say. I'll say some of the people that really stood out to me as overperformers. I'll say Chris Chu. Chris Chu, I think he's really filled in the shoes of that um, you know, center back, that rock in the back, and he's had to work with a lot of different center backs in the whole season. He's worked with Ayan Nadim as his partner. He's worked with Jerry Pan, with Sun, with Prav. So I think that's just been our consistent rock in the back. So I'm really happy with his full season and the way he's performed and the way he's improved his game in terms of passing, defending, and he's always had that passion and that fire in him. So I would say, yeah, the way that he's playing, I'm really impressed. After that, I would say I've been pretty impressed with Dario. I think Dario's improved throughout the whole season. I think he had a slow start adapting into the system, but Dario Serrano, I think now he's on form, and I think he's really helping us lead that front line as well, scoring goals in the playoffs. So definitely Dario Serrano is one of the most improved players, and we could see his quality even the day that he joined. But sometimes it's just about adapting with the team and just getting yourself into that system, and I think now he's done that really well. So I would say those are the two standout players in terms of improvement for me.
Awesome. And this
Actually,
season,
I'll say one more. I think Sharia Shalwan has been a big improvement from last year too, and that's not just me saying that. A lot of the fans have picked up on what he's been doing. People have seen him doing extra training outside of training, so I think everybody can see the improvement, and he's really made that fullback role his duty, and he's performing it and he's living up to it and he's doing what he has to do. So I think he's more ready this season physically. I think his technical game has improved. I think his tactical understanding of the game has also improved a lot with the leadership in the team. So yeah, really impressed with a young player coming up and getting into the system. Similar to what Sun's done over the past couple of seasons, but we couldn't see Sun this year. But always happy to see the young players coming in and making their place in the team.
Yeah, I personally, Shari has been improved a lot as well. I could see it as well. Young player.
Exactly.
These people, these players, they have big moments as well. And as a Caps
Hmm.
manager, how do you balance pushing individuals to shine while keeping the whole squad working as one system, as one team?
Hmm. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard because it's like in some of these games, you need that individuality. You need your players to have that like individual skill or individual brilliance to make something happen. In some of these closer games that we've had, I think I think the way that we play, it makes it easy for our players with that type of skill and talent to express themselves.
Yeah,
So I don't think for us, for our team, it works against the system. I think even our players that have that individuality, they still um, want to play the right way. So when it's time to play the right way, they play the right way. But when they feel it's a moment where they could change the game by doing something different or by expressing themselves in a different way, I think they've done that. So I don't think I've necessarily had a hard time balancing that this year. I don't think the players have had a hard time understanding when they should play more of a bit more individual game versus more of a team game. Like I think we're playing the team game really well. And then when our players with that extra talent and that more skill need to show up to do something, out of the box to make something happen, then they know when they have to do it. So I have not had a hard time. The players make it easy for me. The system makes it easy for me, and I think the fans would agree with that, and I think the players would agree with that too. No one feels as if there's a player or there's a group of players that are just doing everything the way that they want. They feel it that it's the team philosophy comes first, and if you're not with that, you're not going to be in the team. So everyone's with the team philosophy, and then after that, what you have to do to win, you have to do it. So I think everybody would agree.
awesome. And as a what you call, I want to ask, what has been the
Hmm.
most rewarding part of leading CCP FC this season, and what has been the hardest?
I think the reward's always the same for me and for the rest of the team and for the fans too. You just want to see beautiful football.
Yeah,
So just seeing us from what we are from last year and then what we were at the start of the season to getting better game by game and now performing the way we are in the playoffs, it's it's amazing. It just feels so good to play the way that you want to play. At the end of the day, it's like you're a kid and you see all these players and all these teams playing this beautiful football and you just wish that you could emulate it one day yourself, and then one day now you're a CCP player and now you're working towards emulating it, and now you're seeing your team play that way, the way that you always wanted to play, the right way, the beautiful game in a beautiful way. So I would say that's the most rewarding part for me. And I think there's things that are bigger than trophies as well. Obviously, trophies and winning games is the most important thing, but a lot of times you can win trophies by just, performing in your knockout games or performing here and there, getting lucky. I think that consistent performance is harder to find. So us having that consistent performance right now while making a trophy run, I think there's nothing that's better than that. And I hope that we can just continue this into the next season. And if we play that this way and continue this into the next season, then there's no way that anyone can stop us from competing for Cup A or competing for the top spot. Uh, in terms of what's been the hardest challenge this year for me, again, it's just the way that we started the season, the lack of players and the injuries. I think it's made it hard, and maybe that lack of focus as well at the start of the season, which led to a lot of losses. Even though we were playing the right way, um, it's just these games are going to come down to moments as well. And then when you don't capitalize on your moments and you give the other team moments that they can capitalize on, you're going to lose. So the hardest part is playing the right way and still losing the game, which we've had a lot of times this season. So yeah, it hurts. It hurts every time when you play the right way and you lose. It's like a question on your football philosophy. But now that we're performing, I think at least the question is somewhat answered. And if we can perform next season, then there's no questions anymore.
hmm awesome. All right, and looking beyond the season, where do you see CCP FC heading in terms of development, style of play, and ambitions?
Ahead of the season, for sure, our ambition is to compete for Cup A. Like we need to win. We need to be first in the league. We want to do that next year. We've gone toe to toe with the top teams. There's nothing special about them. They're playing normal football. We are playing in a better way than them, and we have more talent than them. Now it's up to us to show that next season. So if we can show that consistently, for sure we will be competing for the top spots. And I think we can easily win Cup A next year too, because just just based on how we always perform in the playoffs. In terms of, I forget your second
Style
question.
of play and ambition.
Oh yeah, style of play. So yeah, that's our ambition. Like we want to win Cup A. We want to be the top team in the league.
Mhm.
And that's always been our ambition. Like we're not here to win any second place trophies. We're not here to win any random games. We want to be a consistent team. We want to win the big trophies.
Right.
Our style of play, it's not changing. I'm saying it right now. If people want to see something different, I'm gonna be here for a long time. Our senior players are gonna be here for a long time. The board trusts me, the players trust me, and I feel like I have everybody's backing, and most of the fans trust me too. So this is, I guess, just something I want to say to the people that want to see something different. It's you're probably not going to see it because the plan that we have, it's going as we expected, and all we have to do is take one step forward, and everybody can see that, and we'll be that top team. So we're going to play the same exact way. We're going to improve on that. We're just going to enhance the way we play, but our philosophy is going to be the exact same. We're never changing that, and we're always going to be a possession focused team, a passing focused team, and yeah, like it's the way we play. It's the type of personnel we have. It's the way that everybody wants to see us play.
All right. Thank you, Aishan. Any last remarks for the fans or anything before
Yeah,
leave?
I'll say something to the fans.
Yeah.
I just want to thank all the fans for the support that they've shown us this season.
Mhm.
I'm not personally happy with the way that the regular season went. Even though we played well, we didn't get the results, and it means more than anything to me to have the fans supporting me even throughout that rough patch, and have my back and not have me sacked or have me, sent out the club. So the fans are the most important. Just want to say thank you to the fans. And I want to apologize to fans on behalf of the team and just from myself as well. And the final message to the fans, I would say, is the good times are coming. The good times are coming. I know that this season wasn't what anybody wanted. I know the fans wanted more, but I can feel it already. And I think there's a fire in the team that's going to be hard to put out even next year. So the good times are ahead, and if you stay with us for the ride, then you're gonna you're gonna get what you want out of this team, and you're only gonna be more and more content with what we're doing.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. That's it, folks. That was your captain and manager of CCPFC, Ishan Shalwan. All right.
all right. Thank you very much, Sajid. Thank you for taking the time to set this up and to help us get the message out to the fans.
Of course. No worries. All right, guys. Take care.